I think we've entered the era of the fall of empires, because we're going to see a lot of very big empires fall. Babylon has already begun its fall and it's tumbled downward. We're going to see Carthage begin to continue to lose cities, and now Austria might just get completely wiped out by Poland. We're starting to finally see these empires that started off very strong just kind of crumble down in a really, I don't know, sad fashion. I mean, I think this world is really just too far to go back now. We're going to see, I think, just massive wars go out until the end of this campaign. I can... You can quote me on that. You can kind of quote me on that. I don't think we're going to see a peaceful time at all until the end of this campaign. I think we're going to constantly be there's going to be at least 2 different wars going on at the same time. I think until the rest of this campaign. Because... again, these chain reactions are just exploding throughout Europe right now, and just so many people are becoming weaker, so many people are becoming stronger, and it's just like an unbalance. This world is naturally trying to become more balanced, and it just can't, and it's never going to be, because there's just too many nations, there's too many powerful nations, and things are just going to continue to be chaotic throughout the rest of the next maybe 100 turns until this game is ended. So the key is that who exactly is going to take over these falling empires? Clearly, the Ottomans just absorbed Babylon here. I mean, when you look at the minimap, I mean, if they take over Dur and Nipple here, it's going to be looking pretty good for the Ottomans. And Russia might actually take this one, so I don't think the Ottomans are going to be able to control all of the former Babylonian cities, which is nice. I mean, Russia already take over one Babylonian city. We have Poland as well taking over another. But yeah, I mean, I don't want there to be a super powerful nation. The Ottomans are just crazy powerful. But then again, you know, technically they don't have the biggest military in the world. We saw in the last video, that's Poland. Poland has the biggest military in the world. I've actually been meaning to check on who has most of the city-state allies. It actually looks like it's Poland as well. We have Poland allied to 4. Sofia, Prague, and Milan. Wow. We also have Sweden allied to Brussels. Brussels isn't powerful anymore. It looks like, so does that mean that, yeah, I'm guessing that means that England's no longer focusing on Brussels. That's why, Amsterdam is going to fall as well. That's something that we didn't even talk about. We're going to see that probably right now. Let's go ahead and jump into it. Let's watch it. Because I believe England goes first. Wait a second. No, I mean, William has one last chance here to kind of defend with 2. Yep, there it goes. Now it'll go next turn. He tried really hard, but those Ship of the Lions, you just can't stop. You cannot stop, and the Celts are just playing a defensive game here. Oh, that's a big one. That's a big one. The Ottomans won't do anything. Until Morocco declares war on Egypt, it's not gonna mean much. Now, why is everyone declaring war on Egypt? Maybe it's because they have a very weak military. And maybe they're just ganging up on the little guy. I mean, I imagine that they're a powerful civ, but I don't think that their military necessarily reflects on that power. Morocco doesn't seem to be doing as good as we thought when attacking these Roman colonies of northern Africa. We have Spain joining in. Spain is also a key factor that I talked about. Spain is either going to declare war on Portugal or England, and it's going to be a bloody, bloody mess because because both of those nations have very powerful armies, and it's just going to be absolutely just bloody, full of blood everywhere. So Portugal, will you take it? You still have quite a big fleet to take care of for Dido. We have Portugal also joining in against Egypt in the coalition. So next turn, I think this city is going to fall. We might even see the capital fall as well. So we're going to see 2 cities are going to fall within this next video, or within this next turn. I'm sorry, not this next video. And the coalition against Ramses has begun. Morocco is the first player to achieve a cultural. Wow. See, that's something. I don't want to actually. That would have been. I almost just spoiled. I almost just spoiled another campaign. I'm not going to say anything. But we should definitely not rule out the fact of. I'm not even going to say anything. But let's go ahead and check out. I'm not going to say anything. I'm not going to say anything. Let's go ahead and check out exactly the whole cultural game here. At least with Morocco, how much tourism is he generating? I didn't even realize he could be generating that much. He's rising slowly with almost all of the world. Oh, I'm static with the Huns. You're falling with Venice though. Okay, that's key. But is there anyone that's producing a lot of culture? Oh, of course, it's Poland. Okay, that's going to be tough for anyone to become influential with Poland. That's going to be really, really difficult. That's incredibly difficult. Let's check the info index one more time because it has been a while. I always want to double check and see exactly who's winning the technology game. We have the Polish and the Russians at number 1 now, starting to pull ahead here. They are starting to pull ahead. Germany has a few wars that they're fighting as well, specifically against Sweden, which I haven't been paying too much attention of. And actually, you know what? Sweden does have, I mean, they're very low numbers compared to everything in the south. It seems like everything in the north half of Europe it's just so weak compared to, I mean, this is nothing. I feel like I'm not looking at anything. When I go down south and I see all of this crap going on, I'm like, oh yeah, this is a real war. This is a real war. Then I go up to the north and I see, wow, nothing against Sweden or Germany. I really like both of these civs, but it's just hard. It's hard to pay attention to these guys. So what happened here? Discovered that Maria Theresa is constructing Big Ben in Vienna. Okay. And what's the other one? Venice has uncovered that plotting against France. Okay, I don't know how that's going to work out for you because France only has, like, I think 1 worker left. We might as well go. We have to go to the Ottomans. I got to figure out exactly what this dude is thinking. He's got to be thinking some crazy-ass shit. And let's go to the second most powerful, I would say Poland. Certainly the Ottomans and Poland are number 1 in this game, although you could argue a super big underdog here is Elizabeth. Maybe we'll go to Elizabeth next turn. Okay, so let's watch as Amsterdam falls and Elizabeth takes over. What is this going to be? Her 7th city? No, her 8th city. Yep, and there it goes. Boom. The Netherlands have lost their capital and they have no opportunity of taking it back. Wow. We're also going to see another city fall here in North Africa. Carthage, this is going to be a huge city for Carthage to lose. I believe this is her third, or it was her third. No, it's not really her third biggest city, but it's one of the first cities that she got up. And I can guarantee you it's one of her most, I guess her most produced city, or biggest production city. So that's going to cause some significant impacts. And good for Augustus Caesar. He pushed back half of the world because of his technology, his technological advantages, and I guess his creation of the submarine. He's been able to push everyone back, and he's actually making an offensive towards Spain right now, which is amazing. Yeah, I mean, Spain's not going to have a chance. If they're not careful, Isabella's going to lose all of her navy inside of the Mediterranean because that fleet of submarines is going to fuck up anything in the Mediterranean right now. I don't care what it is. That fleet could take care of all of Portugal's army, all of Portugal's navy, I mean. Yes, no doubt. That's enough submarines to take care of anything. So there it goes. There is the next city to fall. Carthage is now down to 4 cities. Wow. And also your navy is almost completely destroyed. Portugal still remains to have a very powerful military. I don't think she's going to stop anytime soon. I think she's going to take over just every single city. She's not going to stop, just like the way Elizabeth didn't stop. She just kept on going. She wanted Europe, and she got it. She wanted Europe, and she got it. This is straight up 100 Years' War right here. I mean, this is the 100 Years' War if they won. If England had won, this is somewhat of what it would look like. I mean, I don't know if Spain, maybe if Spain would control the southern half of France. I know Spain wasn't around at that time, but I'm just saying. I don't know. This is something you could probably argue that this is kind of some of a similar. I can't fucking talk right now. A similar scenario. So what is England going to do with all those ship of the lines now, though? That's the key. Who do they attack now? Because you've got really, well, not so much. Portugal is very weak. They don't have any, I mean, no, I take that back. Portugal is not very weak, but Portugal has no units defending their homeland. They're all in northern Africa, taking out the rest of the Carthaginian Empire. So if Elizabeth noticed that, she could take over maybe a few cities in Iberia. But if you're strictly looking at numbers, which is what the AI tends to do, then there's no way Elizabeth is even considering any sort of wars with the Iberian powers. Spain is way too powerful, as well as Portugal also. That leaves not too much. I mean, we actually might begin to finally start to see maybe a war in the British Isles against the Celts. We've been waiting for that war all game long, but it just has not broken out yet. Sweden doesn't look like there's no. I don't think there's going to be any sort of exchange in cities inside between Sweden and Germany. They just don't have the navy or the army. I'm sorry, to be able to do so. Hamburg could be attacked. Oh, actually, no, it's not. It's not coastal. Never mind. Yeah, so there's no way. Yeah, there's no way that could happen. So we're not going to see any sorts of opportunities here from anyone like that. Yeah, so nothing going on there. Now, we haven't been seeing much activity against the Polish-Austrian war. Maybe, no, I mean, because Austria still does, even though they are behind in technologies, they still had a lot of weaker units surrounding their cities. It's going to take a while for Poland to be able to get through and just pound away at all of these units. There's a lot of units to pound through for Poland, and that might actually save Austria in the end. Arabia doesn't seem to be making much progress against Egypt. That seems about right. I don't think anyone's really going to be able to make any sort of damage. It doesn't matter if the entire world declares war on Egypt. They're in such a good location that it's just that no one. If Arabia can't take over Ramses, then nobody will. I don't care who it is. Maybe not even Morocco, really, at this point. I don't think even Morocco could do it either. Especially because Morocco's lost a lot of this massive squad that they sent over to take over these Roman colonies. It just didn't end up working out for them, I guess. Austria has adopted autocracy, okay. And wait, what's the next World Congress? We have Confucianism by Babylon being proposed and the International Games from Poland. Who is winning the religious game? I don't even know. I haven't paid attention to this in quite a long time. We've got Poland with 61 cities. Okay, well, there you go. Judaism pretty much controls the world. Yeah. Essentially, they control the world, especially Europe. They control all of Europe, but except for Iberia, which Spain has a pretty good hold with Hinduism. Is Hinduism converting down in North Africa? They are. Oh, wow, it is. It is somewhat. But it stops around, so we have the Celts somewhat pushing Catholicism, but it's not by much in northwest Europe, but everything else is just all Judaism. And that seems about right, because all the colonization that's gone on in Asia right now, there's just so many possibilities for this religion to spread, and there was no founding religion up this way, so Poland really had an awesome opportunity to just spread Judaism all throughout the land. Oh, we might see the city drop soon. It will probably drop as long as the Ottomans don't retreat too much. Rome is continuing to attack Spain, but I don't think it's going to go any further than, I don't know. I mean, Sevilla, I don't think is going to fall because maybe. No, I don't think so. I think we're going to see most of the Spanish fleet, which Isabella's being smart right now. She's hiding a lot of her units back down in the southern half of Iberia, away from the massive submarine fleet that the Augustus Caesar controls. So what are you going to do now, Portugal? You going to stay on the offensive or what? I imagine that you are. And that you should, because now Carthage is going through her remaining last units, sending at you, trying to take back some of her power. So what does this really mean? I mean, first of all, this means that Spain is kind of even more surrounded by Portugal than ever before. That's one key factor. And Carthage, I believe, has lost mainly, she's lost all her power in the Mediterranean. She's got no fleet left. She has about maybe 3, 4, maybe 5 straggling boats that aren't all combined, which is a big problem for the AI. Unless the navies combine, the AI doesn't seem to be that good at controlling, unless they have a WAD like Portugal does here. Egypt is powerful, but I mean, Arabia is just too hardcore. But the thing is, like we talked about, the Red Sea is just too much of a divide, and because, well, actually, you know what? Most of the naval units, both from Egypt and Arabia, have been destroyed. They must have killed each other. There wasn't a big number advantage by Arabia here, which was kind of key for them to be able to make a landing inside of Africa. It just never ended up working for them. It never ended up working for them. And what city is this that they? Oh, this is an Ottoman city that's being taken over by somebody else. Okay. Has Russia gained control? But but Germany's going in hard. Oh, a couple peace deals. We got Germany making peace with, Greece. Greece was going in hard, but Greece just made peace with Babylon. We have Germany making peace with Rome. That's not significant, but the Greece and Babylonian peace deal, that's a big deal. That's a pretty damn big deal. if Rome doesn't get, I'm sorry, if Russia doesn't continue to push inward, then maybe Babylon will be able to keep this city. I'd much rather see it fall. Also, there's a lot of Cossacks coming this way. Is Russia also at war with Austria? I believe they are. And also, Prague has a significant impact on this war because Poland is also allied to Prague. We saw that. The Celts and Venice have made peace. Okay, so there's a little bit more stability. Slightly more. I mean, we needed to see a little bit of it because it was just so hectic in the beginning here. Just so unbelievably hectic that I couldn't even keep up. So I'm glad to see some of these peace deals start to kind of wind down. So what do we have here? We've got a Polish army is currently marching for a surprise attack against who? Warsaw. Warsaw is actually plotting against Catherine. It's about time. Poland, you could have taken over Russia a long time ago if you were smart. We have the Ottoman sneak attack. Okay, so we have an Ottoman sneak attack against who? Against Alexander. That will not go good for you. I don't care how powerful the Ottomans will get. The Ottomans will never take over Greece. And maybe they'll take over this city because it's within their own part of the continent and it's within their own landmass. But there's no way the Ottomans are going to be able to make a land invasion. I don't care. There's no matter. Even though the Greeks don't have much of a navy, it will be just too big of a casualties for Solomon. I don't think he's going to do it. Too many casualties for Solomon there. And even if he does it, I mean, he would ultimately retreat, and he would see how many casualties he's losing. I want to see what Elizabeth is going to do next, but I think she's probably going to stay at peace for a little bit. Sweden, are you going to go after Hamburg or what? It seems like a pretty strong stalemate going on here. We have a Dur still. No, it looks like the Ottomans are somewhat retreating from Dur. Oh, no. They're kind of going in, kind of going back. I mean, I don't think they really want this city, so Babylon might be stuck with 3 cities remaining, depending on if Catherine continues to push forward, which I don't think she really is. I think Babylon is safe for now. I believe Babylon is safe for now. We have Poland coming in. Yep. It was only a matter of time. We're probably not going to see Austria fall within this video, but maybe the next one. Oh my gosh. What? Oh, Carthage took back the city. Okay, I read that as Portugal took over the capital of Carthage. But good for Carthage. Carthage took back her old former city, but that doesn't matter because Portugal hasn't gone yet. And we're about to see. Actually, let me see how Poland begins to make his invasion inside of Austria. You're not going for the capital. We actually might see another city-state control capital. It's possible. We could see it. Oh, and then, yeah, there it goes. Portugal's taken back the city. It's down to 1 population. We also might see another city fall. Man, poor Carthage. I really liked Carthage, too. Let's double check the info addicts real quick and see a couple of things just to look around. We have Poland and then the Ottomans. I'm surprised Poland must have a lot of people because the Ottomans control, I think, the most amount of cities by far in this world. Where's the cities at? Here we go. We've got 22 cities by the Ottomans. Jeez. 15 by Germany, 14 by Poland, Portugal has 13, Egypt and Morocco and Greece all at 10. The smallest currently is Babylon, Venice, and then we have Carthage now. Yeah, a lot of the nations that are beginning to fall apart, and the Celts are just in a bad location. Science, in terms of science output, of course, it's probably going to be the Ottomans, okay? And then, yeah, the Ottomans by far, but it doesn't matter because they're not in the lead in terms of technology. Technically, Russia is. Now, if Russia continues to stay in the lead, because Russia has been a technological powerhouse for this entire game, if Russia continues to stay in the lead, who can deny them of a science victory? I think the only person that can, which I think we see, is Poland. Poland is plotting against Catherine here, and they do share an immediate border, which could make things pretty interesting. Catherine has a pretty big army, but it is divided up throughout all of her, the rest of her expanding empire. Poland could do damage, maybe. Germany could also possibly do damage. Greece as well, but besides that, I mean, those aren't super powerful nations. Poland is. Don't get me wrong, Poland is, and Poland might be able to stop Russia, but, I mean, they would need everyone to join in, because it'd be a stalemate right now. There it goes. That was what I was waiting for. Elizabeth had to do something while her ship of the lines were still significant and still, kind of relevant within this era of the game. and she decided to go to war with Portugal, and that is going to slow down Portuguese conquest inside of northern Africa. I don't know exactly how it's going to play out. We've got Morocco and Rome making peace. Looks like Rome has survived. I got to give major props to Augustus. I cannot believe he survived that. He was in a huge coalition. He was screwed, and he somehow managed to stay alive. So I don't know exactly what Portugal's going to do. I don't know if she's going to continue to go forward. But we knew that Iberia was open to an attack. I'm surprised that Spain actually didn't join in and try to make that conquest. Spain might, though. In the next video, we might see Spain join in and try to take and kick out Portugal from Iberia. Anyways, guys, looks like I'm going to have to stop right there. Thank you so much for watching. And hold on, wait. I want to see what Portugal's going to do. Are you going to continue for Carthage, or are you going to run back home? You're going to continue. Yep, you're going to finish the job. Well, good for you. I'm glad that you stood by your guns, I guess. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.